Let's film the most important video of my career. You're going to need lipstick for that. So you're here for the DIY hair growth video, are you? You're here to see the new henna recipe. Well, today there is actually no need for a DIY because, well, the new henna is right here. And the new hair growth oil, because we have released it, you don't even have to mix it up, guys. You can just click in the description box and buy your very own curly Proverbz henna and henna blend. What? Let's take two. Let's take two. Oh my goodness, I've literally spent like the last 10 minutes trying to just pull it in. But if you can feel my energy, you should be able to feel the utmost of joy, happiness, excitement. I have been working on this for close to a year, meticulously picking out ingredients and doing all sorts of things. So I'm really excited to finally be able to present to you the Curly Proverbz range. This is our first Curly Proverbz line that isn't like a collaboration, so I'm super excited about that. We've actually gone ahead and released a henna, which is straight henna, really high quality. I'm going to get into the individual ingredients shortly, but this can be used for your teas, this can be used for your rinses and for infusing oil. And then we've got here a blend which has got henna, it's got aloe, it's got fenugreek, it's also got slippery elm, so it is like a balanced, wonderful mask. And then of course, guys, the BEASTMODE hair growth oil, that's what it was called. It's now called the Curly Proverbz Fenugreek Elixir. So we're really mad excited to be bringing this to you, and let's just talk about each individual product. Apologies if the sun is dipping in and out, but you know, can't control the sun. Okay, so here is the Curly Proverbz Fenugreek Elixir. Probably my most asked question is, girl, why am I out here still doing DIYs? Why don't you just make it and sell it to us? When is the Curly Proverbz hair growth oil coming back? Well, here it is. It's now named the Fenugreek Elixir because like formally you can't like make specific claims to hair growth, but what I will say is that healthy hair grows, and this is formulated to provide your follicles with the basically optimal nutrition and ingredients to really get you to your personal maximum hair growth. So the ingredients that we've used is we've used coconut oil, olive oil, fenugreek oil, guys. Fenugreek, as you know, contains lecithin, it contains iron, it contains manganese, magnesium, lots of hair nutrients, let's say, and it's very well known for stimulating hair growth. It also contains castor oil, which has been known over time to actually thicken hair growth, thicken hair follicles, increase the rate of hair growth. Henna, which of course is great for strengthening the hair, strengthening the follicles, really rich in vitamins. And then we've got the vitamin C, very key to scalp health. A healthy scalp produces healthy hair. And then we've got our tea tree, peppermint and rosemary essential oil. Also lots of journals to show that that actually stimulates and increases the growth of hair in people that have lost it for various reasons, including chemotherapy, including hormonal reasons. So it's providing the hair follicle with really wonderful nutrients. There are no mineral oils in here, there are no preservatives in here, there's no color, there's no fragrance. just nature's goodness. And it comes in a glass bottle. We've tried to minimize the use of plastic. We've only used it in the dropper, but the inside of the dropper is actually glass, and so is the bottle as well. The other thing I want to say is that we actually omitted to include MSM in this just because we wanted to leave it up to people if they wanted to add it themselves. We would suggest adding MSM powder independently, but we decided to omit it from this recipe because it can be quite a serious allergen for some people. So yes, this is the Elixir. Okay, so let's look at the henna mask. Okay, we've got two different types, and they can be used for different purposes. So we've got here just pure henna. Okay, so this is Lorcinia inermis, it's called, aka henna powder. Through and through, that's all there is in there. And we source, honestly, like when I tell you the story behind sourcing these ingredients, turns out the supplier that we went with for this henna actually supplied the same type of henna, body art quality henna, which is what we've got in here, for Liz Hurley and Aishwarya Rai's wedding. So you know what, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. But on a serious note, whenever you are selecting henna, you always want to go for body art quality, because that's going to have the highest amount of the Lawson dye, which is the active ingredient. This thing turned my strands copper colored in no time. It has a really, really good color release. Like my hands literally go orange in no time if I don't wear gloves when I'm using this. Super, super potent stuff. And honestly, I could not be more proud of the selection that we made for this particular henna, because we did consider different companies and suppliers, etc. One thing that I will say with all of these items, actually, before you use them, make sure you do some kind of an allergy test. For example, the Fenugreek Elixir, that contains essential oils. Essential oils for some people can cause some kinds of sensitivities. So always test behind the ear, apply behind the ear, and wait a 24-48 hour period before using. The same with any of the masks as well. Make up a bit of a paste and apply behind the ear just to make sure that you're not having sensitivities. Really important, especially if you're going to be using it with children. Now, the other thing that you need to consider, if you have got grey hairs, it's going to turn your hair a coppery color. That's just what henna does when it's being its best self, doing, you know, what it's supposed to do to strengthen your hair. It builds up over time. So some women have reported that it has elongated the curl, because when I do my henna treatment this week and I do it in 2 weeks time, and then I do it in 2 weeks time, each deposits more and more strength, like sealing all the crevices in my cuticles. So that could be something to bear in mind. You can go back through my videos and have a look to see how you feel it might have affected my curl pattern. I feel over time it's very slightly loosened my curl pattern, but as you can still see, we've still got the volume, we've still got the definition, we've still got the curls. So just bear that in mind. Then we have the henna aloe mask. If you know anything about aloe, it is a really wonderfully balancing herb. Henna can be quite strengthening and it can be quite drying, so it's really nice to have the aloe to balance it out. And whereas this is great for masks and glosses, this is great for teas, rinses, and infusing into oils. The reason I wouldn't advise using this to infuse into oils is because you've got the slippery elm, and I feel like I would not choose to use that for a tea because of the way that it swells up, etc. I just feel like the henna on its own is better for a tea, and then this is better to use as a mask or a gloss. So the way that you can use it is you can either mix up 1 to 3 teaspoons into a paste and apply directly into the hair, or you can put just 1 teaspoon into your favorite deep conditioner or favorite fruit such as an avocado and apply that to your hair as a mask. So you can dilute it down by mixing it, or you can just use it as a straight mask. So yeah, this is the range. I wanted to quickly look at the slippery elm that we chose just to show you how we went through the process of selecting the best ingredients. Okay guys, so I thought we would spotlight an ingredient because there's so many in the range. We're not going to be able to get through all of them, but let's spotlight slippery elm because it's really, really good for being able to illustrate the point of getting quality ingredients. I have been preaching at you guys about finding quality henna for a while, so hopefully you got that lesson. If you didn't know, some of the henna out there is atrocious, so it's important to get good quality ones. So here we're talking about slippery elm, just to kind of illustrate the point. I think is really, really easily done with this example. Now, slippery elm is actually an amazing ingredient. The important thing is that the slippery elm needs to be taken from the inner bark of the tree in order for you to get all of the benefits. If it is the outer bark, essentially what you are buying is sawdust. It's not going to have all of the goodness. But if you have some good slippery elm, you're talking about 1, insane slip. 2, you're talking about being rich in iodine. Iodine tends to be in low amounts in people who are experiencing hair loss, very similarly to low amounts of iron as well. The other thing is it's got loads of calcium, which strengthens the hair. There is incredible shine and curl definition that comes from using slippery elm. If, however, you are putting bark into your hair, you're not going to get the same effect. So I just want to show you the 3 different samples of slippery elm and then tell you which one we actually ended up going for. This was the first one that we got through. And I was like, awesome, we've got a slippery elm, let's go with this. And then the testing started and I was like, nah, this is not the one. So let me just show you. Let me just pour in some water real quick so you can see, and we're going to mix. One of the first things that you're going to notice is how almost impossible it is to get it to actually mix with the water. Can you see the insanity of this? I'm mixing, there is water, it's completely repelling it. It is completely repelling it. No matter how much water I pour here, can you see that? This is what was being sent by some manufacturers for us to put into our hair powder. Needless to say, this did not make the cut. Just gonna add some water and start to mix. You can see straight away that there is some mixing going on. It's hard work, but there is still some mixing. Yeah, you can see there's a difference between the two. And you can see that we are starting to get a transformation, which we were not able to obtain with that one. A little bit more water. You can see a very clear difference in color, in texture, in shine. Very clear difference here. You can see how the volume of this increases, and one of the things I would say about the henna and aloe mask is actually a little goes a long way because of the inclusion of the slippery elm and the fenugreek seed powder, because they swell up and absorb quite a lot of water. So there you go, sample number 2. And then the last sample, I'm making all kinds of mess on this table. This natural route is the mess that you make, but I promise you it's all worth it in the end. So you'll see with this last one here that we're able to get the water to go into it much faster. That's the first batch of water. I'm hoping that you can see a difference on camera of the texture already. We've not even, can you see that? It kind of looks a little bit snotty and stretchy already. Okay, honestly, this whole journey just showed me the mess that some people try to sell to those of us who are trying to go down a DIY route.
Okay guys, I really want you to see something. I want you to understand the closer to snot this looks like, the more slip you're going to get. You want it to look like mucilage. Look at that. Look at this. Look. Actually look. You see the slip? See that? That is slip, and that is the good stuff in the inner bark of the slippery elm. Guys, can you actually believe the difference in quality? You can buy a product that says slippery elm and it contains any one of these three, because technically it is from the slippery elm tree. But if you're going for the outer bark, it's literally sawdust and contains no slip. In fact, it pretty much repels the water, which is not what you want for something that's going to be in the conditioner apparently giving you slip. So come and have a closer look. So you can see here it's very watery. We're still having some kind of repelling of the water. I mean, I'm making a mess here, but I'm just trying to show you a point. Like, this is really not adding any slip, shine, conditioning at all. Like, if you have a look close up, you can see the difference in the shine of the different slippery elms. This one here, I mean, it's spongy, it's increased in volume, it's really not bad at all. I would say this is a medium quality slippery elm. I'm just holding it so you can see the mucilaginess of it. Yeah, I'm just going to hold it up again so you can see. A good deal of water has been added to this. Okay, there is some shine to that. You can see there is some slip to that for sure. But needless to say, this is the one we used in the curly Proverbz Henna Masque. Look at it. Just peep it. Just look at the slip. Look at the slip. Look, it's not staying on the spoon. Okay. So if you want to talk about the slip that you're going to get in your conditioner from this versus the slip you're going to get from this versus the slip you're going to get from this, I know what I'm placing my bets on. Okay, so I'm gonna obviously leave the link to the collection down below, and I'm gonna just show, guys, sorry, can I just show you snippets of the ad that is coming our way? So the ad for this is going to actually drop in the next 2 days right here on the channel. You could really support your girl by giving it a thumbs up, sharing it on your socials, sharing it with other people. You can also, of course, pick up the line. I'm going to have that linked in the description box below. And can I just say, it would massively support me if you went over and checked out the Instagram. We have been working on content to make sure that it's absolutely lit and popping, but it's brand new, so it really could do with some engagement. Go over there and add some of those posts to your bookmark. Like, bookmark some of those posts. That massively helps me and helps with engagement and tells Instagram, hey, this brand is popping. So yeah, sharing is caring. Check out the range in the description box below. Don't forget, we have built this brand off the back of an incredible journey of, you know, nurturing healthy hair together, finding out what works, what doesn't. The feedback you guys have been giving me has been absolutely immense. Again, I've got it going on rotation at the bottom of the screen for you to check out. And whilst here at Curly Proverbz, we make no specific claims as to, yes, this is gonna make your hair grow 7 times faster. Healthy hair, nourished hair, cared for hair, grows and retains length. So say no to your fillers, your silicones, your mineral oil, your phthalates, your sulfates, all of that stuff, and check out the new line.